Hey guys, Grifton here, and today we're going to be doing some solo mount farms on the Wrath beta. But before we get started, please take the time to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. Also, this is my first members only video. All videos will eventually release to the public, but if you're a member, you get early access to any kind of farming videos first, giving you an edge on the competition. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, consider becoming a member yourself. Okay, let's get some mounts. So with mounts no longer taking up bag space and achievements being a thing, now more than ever, people are collecting rare and exotic mounts to build to their collections. And today, we will be discussing 5 mounts that an 80 bear in pre-raid bis can farm. Now, some are more challenging than others, and I'll give tips on how to down them so it's easier for you than it was for me. First up, we have Strat Undead and the famous Death Charger. Now this mount has eluded people for years, and though I will explain how to get the mount on your own, the drop rate for all of these mounts is about 1%, so be prepared to run this a lot if you really want to. Now there are no true prerequisites to do this farm, though having this strat key is pretty helpful. You'll see me pick it up from Magistrate on the way through, so next time I can use the side entrance and shave off a few minutes. But if you don't have the key and can't get to the Undead side, you can go through the front door going left and then hard right past the Unforgiven. The red path is if you need the key, and if you have the key and enter through the side entrance, just take the green path. Now there are 3 mini bosses you will need to clear in any order before you can enter the final area where Rivendare is. Make sure you clear the chamber behind each mini boss or the gates won't open. Now once inside the final area, you'll have to kill all the abominations to get the big A-bomb to spawn. You kill him and ads will come from the left. Make quick work of them as you wait for the doors to open for the 4 horsemen. A small tip that might help you save some time is when the A-bomb boss opens the gate, run inside and kill him. You should be able to kill the 4 horsemen right away and head into Rivendare room. Now, it's just a quick tank and spank of Rivendare, and if you're lucky, you'll have yourself a very cool mount. If not, you can reset and try again, as this isn't a heroic. Now, staying in the vanilla world, we're going to actually head over to ZG to farm not 1, but 2 mounts, and we will start with the Raptor mount. Now, follow the map on the screen to get you to the first boss. You should be able to avoid all mobs by either stealth or just avoiding them. The boss himself is actually 2 bosses with a Raptor pet as a secondary boss. The Raptor puts Sunders on you, so I opted to kill him first, however the boss will then enrage for a bit. The alternative is both of them hitting you the whole fight and putting Sunders on. You can go either route, but I know mine works. Now I take him up the stairs so that if I do get feared, I won't go anywhere but up and down the stairs and not into any pack nearby. All in all, this is pretty much a tank and spank, and you can Frenzied Regen to heal yourself back up, and Barkskin Regrowth if you're concerned through the fight. Make sure you pop out to heal after a fear so you know it's not coming again. Other than that, it's just down to luck if you get them out. If you don't, it's okay, you can try the other boss for the Tiger mount. Now on the screen is a map showing the best route to take to get to the second boss. If you're coming from the first boss, you'll just want to head back down to the main road and hang a right until you get to the Tigers. Now you can also skip all trash to do this boss. In the past this did require a kite technique, but you can just run in the cage and fight them in there. Now I'll warn you that the Maul glyph might screw you up here like it did me. It ended up killing 1 mob too soon, and they all resurrect if they're not killed close to the same time. Now once I stopped using Maul and made sure to interrupt the healer, it was easy. I did Berserk at the end to make sure they died around the same time, but that's just part 1. Part 2, the main boss respawns as a tiger and starts beating on you. Honestly, this is no big deal. Make sure you back up to a wall so that you don't get thrown back, and just tank and spank. I actually healed up during this part because I was taking so little damage. Now ads will spawn, but a few swipes should take them out, and that's it. And hopefully you have a great new tiger mount to call your own. Now if you failed to get the mounts, remember that ZA resets every 3 days, so you can at least run this twice a week. So that's all for vanilla. Let's talk about TBC. And the first we have is a classic druid, the Anzuma, or Mount of the Ravenlord, located in heroic Sethic Halls. This is unique in that it currently only druids can farm them, as you have completed the Swift Flight quest to get the Moonstone to activate Anzu. You also need the Akanai heroic key that you can pick up in Undercity. The reason I have a second druid is not because 2 people are needed, but because my pre-made tune doesn't have the Moonstone to unlock Anzu. This is required, so make sure you do the quest. It should only take an hour or so to do it on your own, and it's pretty fun. I made a guide on how to do it, and I'll link it in the description. So as you see, I'm clearing the whole room. Now this is to make it easier to summon him, especially with a level 70 hiding in the corner. Now when he first arrives, you don't actually go into combat immediately, so feel free to roll hots on yourself, as well as the 3 friendly birds that spawn surrounding Anzu. By putting hots on them, they will actually come to life and help you by giving you buffs, though it's definitely not necessary. Now when he becomes immune, birds will spawn. Now if you need to, this is a great time to heal yourself and reapply the hots to the birds if you'd like. AoE them down after and you're back to Anzu for a pretty simple win. Just look at the loot at that point. Now this is a heroic, so you can do this once a day on your own. Now staying in the TBC world, let's take a look at our final mount farm, and that's Midnight in Karazhan. The boss is Ottoman, and honestly probably the hardest hitting of the farms so far, which makes sense as this is a TBC raid. The boss is easy to get, and since it starts yellow, you can set up right next to the horse and get hots rolling before you pull. Once it starts, Ottoman will spawn, and this is the hardest part of the fight. Keep Demo Roar up the whole time to reduce damage incoming, and use Frenzied Regen when your health is around 60%. You can Barkskin heal here too, but you should only need to once. They merge when the horse drops to 25, so try to pop out and heal as they merge, and you should be in a comfortable place for the next phase. Now once there's just him on the horse, the damage is reduced and you can Barkskin pop out to keep yourself comfortable if you really want. Burn him down and you have a chance at a new horse. Now this is a raid, so you can only attempt this once a week. And that's it. That's 5 mounts you as a bear can farm in Wrath in pre-raid bis at 80. Let me know if there are any other farms you want me to try out, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, take care.